I the hole for telling my fiancé I don't want his best man coming to our wedding after what he did at my birthday dinner. So I'm 29F and my fiancé 31M, and we have been together for 4 years. We are planning our wedding for later this year, which has been going great except for one person, his best friend Kyle. Kyle is one of those dudes who peaked in high school and is so insufferable. He is always making unnecessary jokes that seem like insults TBH. My fiancé says he's just goofy and immature, and so I've tried to keep my peace. Anyway, my birthday was 2 weeks ago. Nothing big happened, just a dinner at a nice restaurant with close friends and family. Near the end of it, someone mentioned the wedding and how everything was going, and my fiancé answered and said we were writing our own vows. I said I was nervous but excited. Then Kyle said loudly, "I think everyone present in the restaurant heard it. That's how loud he was. Just don't cry halfway through your vows like you did during your breakup. Remember that?" The table went unalive silent. In the moment, I laughed it off cause I didn't want to create a scene there. But I was humiliated. My dad was present there, and my fiancé was aware of that breakup. It was abusive and traumatic. I later told him how hurt I was, and he said Kyle was just being Kyle, and you know how he's babe. I sat on it for a few days even though I was hurt. But then finally I told him I don't want Kyle at the wedding. Not at the rehearsal. Not giving a speech, nothing. Nowhere, I just don't want him there. Now my fiancé is saying I'm overreacting. That Kyle was just trying to be funny, and kicking him off the list would destroy our 15 years of friendship. But honestly, if Kyle cannot respect me, then why should I allow him to stand next to the man I'm marrying? Am I the hole for refusing to have Kyle at the wedding after all this? Top comments: perfect quarter 8,237. Best believe Kyle will ruin your wedding. He's a good old-fashioned attention hoe who gets off of being obnoxious. Angela Yarnell, not the hole. I hate when people like this get away with their terrible behavior because their closest people say, oh, that's just how they are. As if you have to tolerate the disrespect because they don't know any better. Can't respect you at dinner in a restaurant, he will not respect you at your wedding. I'd be afraid he does something he thinks is funny which would ruin it. And GT Luminous at Angel, not the hole. No doubt, inviting Kyle will definitely ruin Poster's wedding, and it'll be in a way no one expects. So, the best solution for Poster is to have a serious talk with her fiancé and make him decide what's more important, his wife or a 15-year friendship. So let's know, you do realize Kyle isn't the only problematic person here, right? Your fiancé enables his beep and never calls him out on it, so of course Kyle keeps going and going. Immature or not, he's an AH. You sure you really want to marry a man that won't prioritize you over his already peaked immature bestie? And GT okay Imagination 1107, yes, absolutely. And what is the stuff about the traumatic and abusive break? You about to marry somebody who allows their friend to insult you and humiliate you in public with whom you've already had a traumatic breakup? I certainly hope I'm reading this wrong, please tell us. Update post April 18, 2025, 5 days later. Hey everyone, thank you for the overwhelming support and comments on my original post. I didn't expect it to blow up, but reading the responses honestly gave me a lot of clarity and strength. 2 days after I posted my original post, I sat down with my fiancé again to clear the air. I told him calmly that I wasn't changing my mind about Kyle, that it wasn't just about one joke, it was about the fact that Kyle has never shown me respect. And then my fiancé understood we had a bigger issue. He got quiet and listened to me, and for the first time, I think it really hit him how serious everything was. A day later, Kyle texted me something along the lines, "Sorry if you were sensitive about the joke. The other night, was trying to ruin your birthday, lol." I showed that to my fiancé, and he just sighed and said that's just how he talks. So I said maybe then Kyle can talk like that from his home, because he's not coming to our wedding. And now here's the best part, my fiancé agreed. He wasn't too happy about it, but he said, if it really makes me uncomfortable, then Kyle won't be there. Told that to Kyle, and he threw a whole fit about it. Of course, as usual, called me controlling. And then Kyle's girlfriend texted me yesterday, "I'm honestly glad he's not going,